So Arizona, you're saying, files lawsuits against Mexico for damages.
Exactly. Morning, Glenn. This is Greg.
Yeah, what you got?
Don't these illegals send like $25 billion a year somewhere around there back to Mexico every year?
I'm sure they do, yeah.
You know, because they make their money and send it home to their family via Western Union and stuff.
Right.
Well, you know, that'd be one thing, not allow them to infuse that money into the Mexican economy, is to, you know, stop Western Union and all to send funds to Mexico. They're here illegally anyways, so they've already broken one law, and they're obtaining their money illegally, sending it by wire to a foreign country. Isn't that another crime there? If I was a drug dealer and sent my money by wire to the Cayman Islands, you know, that's a crime in itself.
That would be a felony, because you're doing it not just across state lines, but you're doing it internationally, and you just put a thought into my head, and that's always dangerous. So imagine you're driving your car, and you get T-boned by an illegal alien, and they don't have any money. Well, why don't you just go ahead and sue the Mexican government? I mean, they're the ones who allowed that guy to come across the border, and then you can sue the U.S. government for not securing the border.
Same kind of deal with the hospitals. Hospitals opens up the right for them to start suing the government, too.
Get a hold of a good lawyer, a creative ambulance chaser, and boy, we can do some damage here.
Now, what's really sad is you take that same illegal that we're going to sue.
Well, there's the thing. Illegal immigrants are coming over here and getting into trouble and suing and winning. There was an illegal immigrant he didn't get his due process when he was arrested. And so he did eventually get deported back to Mexico, but he made it back with several $100,000 of taxpayer dollars because he did not get his due process. So he sued in court and won a financial award from the federal government. Well, if they can do that to us, so the city of Gillette should file a lawsuit against the federal government for not enforcing its own immigration laws because it has a negative impact and is costing this city money. The county can sue as well as the state.
I know how they could do that. You know, the Campbell County school system, they have a dollar amount what it costs each kid to go to school for the years, and like $2,000 a year to educate each kid, and it's in my property taxes that I pay for that. Well, all them children of illegal aliens that are in schools here in Campbell County, which they're not getting that money, so they could sue the state and say, hey, look, you owe us X amount of dollars because we have X amount of illegal alien students that we're educating for free over here, and we need to be recouped that money.
And you know, the schools are not allowed under the law to question whether someone is here legally or not. When a kid shows up with their parent, they just have to admit them.
And all these new schools that we're building,
how about the English as a second language teachers that we have to employ?
Well, a lot of brilliant people out there. That's a great idea because we have to pay, and then not just English in school. That's a lot of road signs everywhere.
Well, we need to recoup the funds of the publishing of our tax documents and our voting documents. It's got to be printed in 3 different languages.
They have an impact on roads and bridges and all the other things they don't pay taxes for, but they use here.
What about workman's comp and unemployment?
In North Carolina, I know they give welfare to illegals, but North Carolina decided to do that. So I don't know if they could sue over that. That was their decision.
Well, if they're employed in the state of Wyoming with a fake Social Security number, I'm pretty sure they could draw both. If they got hurt, we'd have to pay their bills.
And we're paying for that. That comes out of our money, and it shouldn't. It should be reserved for American citizens. So, yeah, I think there's something. Okay, I'll add that to the list. Charge Mexico for what it costs us to defend our border.
That's right.
Boy, that would fix Mexico real fast. I bet you they would get troops on their side lickety-split.
Law enforcement expenses for the large amount of calls they have to take involving the illegal aliens as well.
Well, yeah, I was going through that last hour, and I think that's a great idea because, especially, let's take Arizona. There's kidnapping down there. There's human trafficking they have to get involved in as well, and that means they have to go in full body armor. I mean, full battle rattle, and put their lives in danger. So it's not just the cost of the men and the equipment, but also the cost of the insurance. It's expensive to insure police officers when they're going into literally combat situations like that. So, yeah, let's drop that bill on the Mexican government and the federal government as well. Loss of wages or lower wages or even loss of jobs. How many of you would have applied for a job, but you showed up and a bunch of illegals were already there? Not only are they there taking the job illegally, but they're undercutting what you could have been paid as an American. If the business owner was forced to hire Americans, he would have to do it at current wages for Americans, including all of the benefits that the government forces as well. But because you showed up and there were already illegal immigrants on the scene, they were able to get the job undercutting your price. They got no benefits for it. You're either out of work or you had to accept work at a wage that is below what you would normally get. You can sue for that because the federal government did not enforce the border and the Mexican government allowed them over.